What's up, everybody? Welcome to 10K on the Bay, my journey to 10,000 active listings on eBay. Today, I'm going to do a quick live Q&A on my progress. Hopefully, some people will join me so we can talk about a couple of progress reports. And I'm going to give 3 tips on how I plan on making a full-time income this year with my new eBay store, Low Key Husky, which I'll run alongside my 10K on the Bay store. And I'm just going to go over my model and exactly how I want to do it. But first off, I want to shout out my Patreon supporters. I have 8 people already who are supporting me: Tracy, Frank, Monty, Jay Scott, Floyd, Aaron, Carney, and Amanda. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. I'm getting closer to quitting my day job and working on eBay full time, which should be very exciting. Let me pull up the Q&A real quick. What's going on, Dwight? Real life resale, Nifty Thrifts. What's going on? Thanks for joining me tonight on this Wednesday evening. So as my normal videos, I want to just get straight into it and help you guys with some ideas. So my first tip of the day is to time every single process. What's up, Thrifty? Glad that you guys are joining me. But the first tip today is going to be time everything. So I joined a group with Prof Sales, Rockstar Flipper, and Endless Entrepreneurs with Luke, and we have been going over our processes like maniacs. We're timing each other, we challenge each other. We're like, how long does it take you to do this? How long does it take you to do that? And we're really pushing ourselves to time everything we do and make everything better. What's up, guys? So I just, my first tip is to definitely time every single process you do. And once you get used to it, you're just always constantly improving it. And right now, just to give you guys an idea, it takes 6 minutes for me to do a listing, start to finish, between 5 and 6 minutes, depending on how much we have to process the item. So I tested it this morning with all 4 of my listers here. It was intense, right? We all tried it, did the processes. I have stuff all over my house. I have like 8 or 9 lighting kits. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we tested a bunch of different backdrops, a bunch of different photo kits, different lighting systems. What's going on, guys? I just tried so many different things, and it's great. So I'm always adjusting and working on different processes to make it work, and I'm loving it. The second thing I want to do is talk about networking with people. So we just had the reseller roast yesterday. Awesome. 35 people came out to Santa Cruz, California, and we did a barbecue. I just want to give you guys a couple of ideas. Real quick on CD, 6 minutes does include the photos, everything from the pile on the floor into the poly bag where it's ready to ship, 6 minutes. So I'm going to go over that process in a couple of videos from right now. For Low Key Husky, I'm going to list 25 items in the next couple of days, and I'll film the whole process start to finish, and I'll show you guys how I do it in 6 minutes. Thanks for wishing me the best. Yeah, if you're in Oakland, hit me up and let's have lunch. Let's hang out. Yeah, 6 minutes start to finish. I list definitely faster than my employees, so I'm around 5 minutes, but of course I'm not expecting them to be that fast. Plus I pay per listing, so they can do it as fast as however they want to do it. Right? Golden State is the bomb. So I want to talk about networking for a second because it's awesome. Reezy Resells and I did an event yesterday. 35 people came. It was awesome. It was the point to like I could hug every single person that was there, and I did. It was so close. We were there for about 6 hours. Everyone got to know everyone. It was great. And I want to give you guys some tips on hosting an awesome event. So the first thing you can do is you want to be the host. When you throw an event, do one locally, meet up with some local resellers. You be the person in charge. Because if you throw an event with 10 people and you're the host, be the host with the most. Everyone will meet you. So even though Reezy and I were hosting the event, he served coffee to everybody at the event, and I cooked for everyone at the event. So like that's a really good way to build rapport with people, by serving them. And they're going to give you back 100 times more. I learned so much in 4 or 5 hours that I normally wouldn't have done. I got to meet the posh hanger. I got to meet the whole crew of resellers in the Bay Area. Some people drove 3-4 hours to come to the meetup. So very, very cool. I recommend you network. You'll level up. You'll be able to buy more in bulk. It's very, very cool. So tip number 1, time everything. Tip number 2, network with people. That's why I'm kind of sunburned, because we were out in the sun. I didn't realize that even though you're under a gazebo, you can still get sunburned. So that's unfortunate. Here's a couple of questions. Real Life Resale says, you have a goal of 1,000 items because of you. Now that's exactly the goal for Low Key Husky, my second eBay store. So my main store, 10,000 items. My second store, 1,000 items. And I'm gonna go over that during this call so you guys can get an idea of what I'm looking for. Let's see here. 6 minutes includes research on my listing. 6 minutes includes everything. The actual photo part only takes 90 seconds for me to take the 4 photos that I'm looking for. Get this, it takes 90 seconds, including measurements, right? So I'm gonna do a video on how I take a picture and measure it in 90 seconds. I should really charge for that video because it's awesome. It's not really revolutionary, but it's just every single step I think about to try to make it as quick as possible. What's up, Mal? We really need to meet up. I go to Oklahoma City, and I don't know what's going on with your team, but the Rockets are slaying you guys. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, email me at 10konthebay@gmail.com. And if you want some one-on-one time, then sign up for my Patreon. You can pay for my time, and I'll help you guys. Or you can just ask me a question through email for free. It's just going to take longer for me to reach you. But I already have 2 coaching clients, which is awesome. And they can text me or call me anytime, which is like my favorite thing ever. I love talking to resellers, but I'm running out of time. Okay, so we're gonna talk about my favorite thing, which is a business model. We're gonna talk about my $52,000 model. This is the juicy stuff, right? So here's my basic model. I'm just gonna write it down for you guys because it's gonna be pretty straightforward. All right, you guys ready for this? Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay. Hopefully you guys can read this. Put in the comment section if you can. So 1,000 items. This is it. 1,000 items. 300 sold each month, so that's 75 a week at $20 profit each. This is 6,000 bucks. This is the plan. So I think I can do it in under a year. So like I literally started from 0, right? So if you go back to part 1 of this series, I started with 200 bucks. And so I think I can do it. You guys should screenshot this. But 1,000 items, I want to sell 300 per month, so that's 1/3. That's a little bit under 1% per day. So if you have 1,000 items, you're selling like, between 9 and 10 items per day. And I want to make $20. So my job is going to be hunting for $20 items every week. So in my spare time, not that I have a lot of it, but I'm going to go out and look for items that I can make $20 on only. Not going to buy anything that I think I'm going to mess less than $20. That sounds crazy to some of you guys when you're thrifting, but since I'm a one-man part-time show, I need to find 75 items a week that net me 20 bucks after all fees. So I'll aim for stuff that makes me $30 profit at least, so I can net that 20. It is a lot. It's going to be hard. And it's not going to be a lot at the thrift store, because honestly, if you listen to Craigslist Hunter or you know anything about thrifting, finding items $30 and more at the thrift store is difficult. So you're going to have to be creative. I'm going to show you guys how to be creative. And Dwight is asking, can you really sell 1/3 of your items every month? You can. Depends on what you're selling. Like if you were selling Nintendo Switch, you could sell 100% of your items every month. So this is sort of a mid-level. I'm trying to teach you guys how to make $1,000 a week, right? I'm going to show you guys how I source and do this. Definitely not clothing. Like some clothing, But clothing is tough because you're not going to get 30 bucks on average, right? And I want to make $20 profit. $20 profit is not going to be clothing unless you're selling all Gucci, right? That's going to be tough. Okay, so I'll give you an example of something that I'm going to look for. And this will probably like tank after I tell you guys, right? So like blenders. I'm going to go on the Craigslist and set up a filter for Vitamix and Blendtec blenders, right? Because those sell for ridiculous money, even used. So I'm going to go on, I'm going to look for blenders in my local market, and I'm going to find them, I'm going to list them and try to make 20 bucks, right? This is the model. Again, and I'm going to start with that $200 that I started with. So it's going to be kind of slow in the beginning because I won't have much of a budget to buy stuff. I might even buy some smaller, I might even sell less items to sort of get my game up. But again, I want you guys to realize I'm not living on this income and I'm not going to take the money out of it. So when I set it up, this is my goal. So I'm starting with the end in mind. I want 1,000 items in the store with 300 sold a month at a $20 profit by the end of the year. It's not going to be clothing. Let's see here. What kind of questions do you guys have? You made $20 profit from a little girl's dress. That's the bomb. That's from Alicia made $20 selling a girl's dress. That's not easy. So especially in the used clothing market, and it's getting flooded with people who are copying all the eBay resellers. So I'm going to move out of clothing for the most part for this store because I want you guys to actually make it. What's up, Chicago Crown Hustler? Okay, if you guys should need to subscribe to Chicago Crown Hustler because I used to print labels with all the directions on it, and I don't now because of his video. So subscribe to Chicago Crown Hustler. He's the bomb. Let's see. $20 is tough, but it's not tough with only 300 items. It's only 75 items a week. You guys want to be full-time, right? If you're full-time and you can't find 75 items a week, then you're doing something wrong. Or actually, I'll take that back. It's not that you're doing something wrong. It's just that you may not know what you're looking for or sourcing, or you're not spending enough time sourcing. And so if you're working at, you're trying to make, let's just say you're trying to do this in 50 hours, right? If you want to sell this in 50 hours and you can list 10 items an hour, then that's only 7.5 hours of listing a week. Actually, I'm going to break this down right on this call. So 75 items is 7 to 10 hours listing. 30 hours. Listing, 30 hours sourcing. Okay. I consider myself more skilled, so I don't think it's going to take me this long. But just to give you an idea, 75 items a week, 7 to 10 hours listing, right? I'm going to spend 30 hours sourcing, and I'm going to spend 2 hours shipping. Got it? That's like 42 hours right there. But since I like buying from garage sales and stuff like that, and looking, let's just say for example a garage sale, I'm going to go there and I'm going to try to make the best of my 30 hours and try to buy 75 items. That's definitely the plan. So it says R-U-Z-N, I don't know how to pronounce that. You say it's hard to find deals in Louisiana. I like areas that are depressed because they have ridiculous Craigslist deals or OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace because people are poor. That's just sort of the reality. So they're the ones that are like, for example, the example I gave you of the blender, they're the ones selling their Vitamix blender. Not Vitamix, but let's say a Ninja blender because they're in some $100 blender. They're the ones selling it for 15 bucks to get their rent money that you can now sell for 40 and make your $20 profit, right? So in a poor area, it's easy. Like in the Bay Area, everyone has money, so like they don't need to sell anything ever. Video games sell for the same price in the local market as they do on eBay here because there's just so many people. Let's see. Potty Mouth Motivator, what's up? Let's see. What about sneakers? I love sneakers. I can't do sneakers. Hold on one second. I gotta jump off in a couple minutes because my girlfriend's gonna call me. Let's see. 5 more minutes, guys. But I'm not gonna sell sneakers because I don't have the budget, right? I'm only starting with this $200. So sneakers take a little bit longer to sell. So I'm not immediately gonna jump into sneakers, although that is one way to make $20 an item. And to be honest, if you had like 5 grand, you can make 100 grand, or you can make your 52,000 right away. Because you can just go out, you can just buy these 1,000 items. You can just buy them, right? You're not going to have to scale your way up like I'm going to show you guys step by step. So we'll see how much money I make from just selling the stuff around the house first. The market is going to flood. Like when like right now, I told you guys blenders. A bunch of people are going to go buy blenders, and it's going to kind of flood the market a little bit. That's why I can't tell you guys. I'm going to tell you guys more of what I sold like after I sold, even though I'm sure a bunch of you guys will be creeping my store to see what's in there. So just follow what I'm selling in Low-Key Husky, because I'm literally sharing every single item I sell. So I'm going to turn $200 into $1,000 a week with you guys watching me. Let's see here. Yeah, reseller rally is going to be sick. I'm thinking about driving there from California and just like meeting people along the way, because the reseller roast was ridiculous yesterday. Like I literally met only one person out of 35 people, and everybody knew who I was. And I was like, freaking awesome. Love meeting people that you don't know that give you a hug. Let's see. You're on episode 8 of my series. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to choose the model of $20 an item with this. And it might take a little bit longer, but I'm going to be patient, and I'm not taking money out of it. So if you guys want to follow Tino, the Soul Advisor, he's one of my buddies. Tino, he just had a baby. Congratulations. And he doesn't sell anything under $45 in his store. And he's buying items for, let's say, 10. So there's $20 of margin in there. So he's doing it, and he has over 2,000 items in his store. And you can do the math, but it's at least double this goal that I'm showing you guys how to do it. So it's definitely doable. What's up, Clearing Clutter for Clarity? I love that alliteration. Let's see here. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I don't do live that often, so I'm glad you guys could join me. If you could help me and hit the like button and subscribe, that would be awesome. What's up, Russ? Russ is my homie in Florida. I gotta go visit him. So if I come down to Florida, I think I'm gonna try to work in Rockstar Flipper's house to see, well, first of all, it's Florida, so I got to visit him and battle him in Top Golf, but I want to work in his store. So like I kind of have this weird fetish that I want to work in people's eBay store and see what it's like. So if you guys want to hire me to work in your eBay store, you got to pay $2 a listing like I do. And you better pay up after I list, 6 to 8 items an hour for you. Do I plan on using PayPal Capital? No, I don't. I plan on just using the $200 I started with. Let's see. High quality instead of quantity. To be honest, $20 is not that high of quantity. You wanted to do like $50 an item, like Craigslist Hunter. Actually, I think he's $30 an item. That's a little more challenging. And of course, you may want to get a shop or a warehouse or pay up a little bit more for items. And you could definitely do it. College students getting ripped off for their yeah, I mean, you can rip off college students all day for their books. They just want that beer money. I mean, the last day of the semester for me when I was in school, you could have given me cheese pizza and I would have given you my economics book, right? Actually, not really, because I'm a hustler. But if you were my buddy, you would have given up your book for a pizza. Let's get clicking. Thanks for joining me. Don't watch me while you're eating. Just enjoy your food. Let's see. Jeff, what's up? What's up? Make sure you guys email me if you guys have any questions. Happy to answer all of them. I will get to you, even though I get hundreds. Actually, to be honest, since I started the Low-Key Husky YouTube part, I got way less questions because I think you guys can get a lot of the basic answers from that, so mission accomplished. Let's see here. You know what? I'm hoping that I can get a job with eBay. That was like a rumor going around that I worked for eBay. I don't work for eBay yet. eBay is down the street in San Jose. I want to work for eBay, but no, I don't actually work for them. That would be awesome, but I don't. Russ is awesome. Russ and I talk every week. I'm trying to be more regular on the call. Like my time is really limited, so I don't have a lot of time to do video chats with people anymore. But I'll tell you what, like that has been one of the more useful things to me, being accountable to people. Yeah, Nicole, State, and Rake and Profit are big inspirations for me. Those guys are awesome. They really got me into the used game. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Dwight? How many employees do I have? 4 contractors that list. Thanks for joining me. Blandine Fretwell. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. Yep, down the street, right? Actually, it's not down the street. It's more like 30 miles, but that's close enough. I would love to work for eBay. If I could be eBay's community manager and teach people how to do eBay, if I could replace Griff on eBay Radio, I would love to do that. Let's see. How are the 10K listings coming? I just passed 2,500. Slow. It's taking me forever. Today I had everybody switch from regular to InkFrog. So I'm no longer using, people are no longer logging into my account on their phone, which is what they were doing before. If you go to patreon.com/10K on the Bay, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can go on there and add yourself to whatever level you want to be. If you want to talk to me directly, that's the highest level. If you want to email me or whatever, or you can just watch my videos for free. You don't have to do that. I think to get the $20 average, I'm going to need to sell my items for $60. I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see what's up. Maybe at least $45. It is growing. I'm growing my eBay store at least a couple hundred items a week. So worst case scenario, it's going to take me a year, right? 200 items times 52 weeks. I don't think it'll take me that long, though. I think in the summer I'll have 10K on the Bay. Yes, I am now using the eBay sourcing guide, but I don't talk about it because that's how big of a secret it is. Let's see. Yeah, I was just at 2K like a few days ago, so it's going up a lot. Dollars per item all the way listed. If I did just pictures, I would do $1 to $1.25 per item for just a photo. Actually, maybe even less. I might pay 50 cents to $1 for just a photo. Depends on what kind of items you're selling. But I can pay $2 for all the way through the listing. So if it was just the photos, it'd be just $1. But guys, I got to run. Thanks so much for joining. I'm going to do a listing video, my first 25 items, and I'm going to try to get 10 items an hour in. So 2.5 hours for 25 items. That's coming up 4 hours. I'm going to bust that out so you guys can see. Okay, got to run. Thanks, guys. Please subscribe and like. Have a great night.